sometimes the best things in life are not good for you. We all know that. Exercise should be fun. I'm not in the military. Like, let me relax. Whereas I could never do that. But now, maybe I'm on the road to becoming a functional alcoholic. It's only a matter of time. I'm in a high-risk employment group. That's kind of it, really. Yeah, maybe that's just going to be me for the rest of my life. I'm just going to be on them. But fine. I'd rather be on than not be on them and be in a pit of despair just for the sake of not being on them. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's judging. Probably are, but I don't care. Hi guys, welcome back. Number one, I just want to say I am so sorry for my last episode because I just listened to it back because I I knew that I did it, but I was like, oh fuck, rubbed off my whiteboard. So I had to go back and listen to it and be like, what did I even say? The first 20 minutes of that 50-minute episode are me talking shit. That should have been its own episode. Or I need to get a therapist or something. Like, I need someone that I can just talk to about that. So today I pledge not to talk for that long. And on that note, I don't know why I'm just a real blabberer. I just can't help it. I just talk so much and I'm very tangential in the way I talk. So on that note, a minute in, I'm going to just go straight into it. This is the sequel to Why You're Tired All the Time, 27 Reasons Why You're Tired All the Time. And these are the solutions. So let's just get straight into it. Last episode, I split the causes into 3 categories. Number 1, physical reasons. Number 2, environmental reasons. Number 3, mental health reasons. And I'm going to be doing the solutions in the same way. I want to give you, I don't know whether you even care. So I want to talk about what's happening, but like in my life, but I also I don't think you care. I just want to say one thing though. I currently have abdominal pain. I think it's trapped wind. I've got into what I call the trapped wind position and it helped. So I am in a bit of pain. Hopefully I should be okay though. Okay, let's start with physical. Now, I don't think I need to go into all the specifics about how to get rid of your physical problem. That needs to be managed with your doctor, firstly, and secondly, and thirdly. But mainly, I think, let's be honest, right? Number 1, not all physical problems can be fixed, especially just by a medicine or by some kind of procedure and then it's gone. No, sorry bitches. Number 2, what was I even going to say? Some take a long time, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, some of them may never be fixed. I just want to get that out there because I don't want people to think like, oh, I have this one problem and then I take a medicine and then it's gone. Yay! I think a lot of people hope that will be the case, but I don't want to get people's hopes up, you know? If you have anemia, iron deficiency anemia, just taking iron doesn't always fix the problem. I know it sounds like it should, but let's say your iron deficiency anemia is because of your periods or because of some other reason, right? Your blood is leaking out from somewhere. Taking iron will help, but not necessarily fix it because you need to fix the cause of the problem, right? There are other things. Cancer, sometimes you can't get rid of cancer, right? So I'm sorry to, be a big fun sponge, but I'm just laying out the land. Also, things like PMS, premenstrual syndrome, if you're not a woman or don't know what that means. But, sometimes we can take medications for it or do things to help it, but doesn't mean it's going away. Sometimes we can fix the physical problem. Sometimes we can't. And then once we've resolved or managed the physical problem to the best of our abilities, then we need to start thinking, okay, what about other things? What about other causes of my tiredness, right? Because it's not just there can be loads of reasons why you're tired. It probably is more than one. And, sadly, there's a lot of advertising around that's like, take iron and you will never be tired again. And it's like, no, because if you don't have iron deficiency anemia or an iron deficiency, iron is not going to help you. And that pisses me off. On the advertising, they should put that somewhere. Iron will help you only if you have iron deficiency anemia, help you stop being tired, probably. Hopefully. But it's it's false advertising really, because it literally says, and I have looked at it and I've been like, fuck, how has nobody pulled this up? Maybe it's in some kind of small print somewhere, right? But I haven't looked that hard. But it's iron will, if you're tired all the time, take iron and it will help. No, shut up, you stupid advertising board. So, those, I'm just gonna, briefly go over physical health problems, because I mean the solution is to treat the physical health problem, right? If you're obese, lose some weight. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, probably lose some weight, but there may be other reasons why you might have that. But you might need a breathing machine at night. Or if you have diabetes, depending on the type 1, take some insulin. Or type 2, probably lose some weight, eat healthier, maybe get treatment for it if you need it. So that's just, oh, by the way, if you're new here, hello. I am a doctor, so like I know this stuff. So like the treatments and stuff, but one size does not fit all, my friends. So go and, actually speak to your own doctor. Right, let's just move on to environmental. I feel like environmental, again, kind of somewhat easy-ish. Generally, as a general rule, I say general rule all the time because I don't want people to think, wow, yes, my problem will be fixed because I will fix this and then it will go away. I think a lot of our tiredness problems. Oh my gosh, she's so well, she's yawning. I think a lot of our tiredness problems come from mental and environmental problems. More than we'd like to admit, let's be honest, especially for me. I don't really have any like physical health problem. Well, apart from being a bit overweight. I was going to say a bit obese. I don't know. Obese. Apart from being overweight/obese, which I would say does make me tired. I talked about it in the last episode. Oh God, stop yawning. Talking about all this tiredness is really getting me. If you're listening to the podcast episode, you're going to be yawning along with me. Okay, come on, stop yawning. I'm not tired. I don't think so anyway. And I'm not bored, I promise. I think it's talking about all this tiredness. Also, say hello to my new lamp. It's actually I don't know if I can say this, but it's actually a dead person's lamp. I kind of inherited it and I kind of love it, but it's really fugly. I'm hoping to upcycle it in some way. So I know it is fugly. Just bear with me, okay? Tom's mum is the absolute amazingness at upcycling. So I'm going to take it to her and be like, well, what can I do with this? Because it needs sorting out. But she'll know and I don't. Okay, environmental. I would say diet. Come on, guys. The other week, I realized I was so tired and I was like, why am I so tired? And then I realized that my tiredness was fixed by eating more, which made me think I'm probably just not eating enough. That week, I lost 1.5 kilos, something like that. It was a lot of weight, 1.2, I think. And I was like, well, no fucking way. Like, obviously, because I literally was so hungry all the time. But the thing is, I wasn't hungry. As I said before, I'm on Ozempic, and it's a medication that curbs your appetite, basically. It's like a hormone. And, oh, God. Stop. And as a result, I wasn't like feeling hungry, but I was really fucking tired and I was like lethargic, no energy. Like, okay, that's all the same thing. But I was like feeling really heavy, like, can't move myself. Like my brain was like foggy with, fog. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Tried to drink some more water. Nah. Oh, that's another thing you can do, drink some more water. But I decided that, when I eat some more calories, I actually, oh fuck's sake, am I going to have to go through and take all these yawns out? I'm actually, I feel better. And yes, I might not have lost as much weight this week, but I would rather not feel like shit, like fully like shit, and just lose weight less quickly. I also think that's more sustainable and your body loves you more, Your body doesn't love you if you're like starving and it goes into starvation mode and then you lose less weight. I had another yawn desire. It's really pissing. So another thing that I've done, I'm actually going to do a whole episode, literally next one, because I've written it all out and everything, about caffeine. So I want to say like managing your caffeine intake, but I don't want to go into too much detail about that now because I think that deserves a whole nother episode in itself. So one way that I realized that I wasn't eating enough was not only by eating a bit more, but also by like putting, and now I don't do this religiously because I frown against it a little bit, frown against it. But I basically went onto my Fitness Pal and I was like, right, let's just track my calories for a day or two. And I realized that I wasn't eating that many calories, especially as I was exercising, right? I was probably eating like 1,000, I don't know, 500, 600, 700, I don't know, something like that. Between 1,500, 1,200, 2,000. 1,500 and 2,000, right? There we go, we've got it. And that is not enough. You know, if I'm exercising, that's like a calorie deficit of 1,000 calories in a day, and I was just like deado. But obviously, because I wasn't hungry, I just couldn't tell that I needed food. So I feel like if you're on a diet, you are more likely to be tired. But the way you can counteract that is actually by eating a little bit more, but like not excessively, but just more, so that you lose weight a bit more slowly, but you're happier. Ooh, fucking controversial. I've also been really digging. I haven't got one, but I really want one. I've been seeing people with those gallon things. They're like 2-litre bottles. They're massive. And they've got those like sucker straws on the top. And it's like 9 a.m, you got this, girl. 11 a.m, keep going. And I kind of thought like they were a little bit gimmicky for a while. And then I saw one that was 2 litres. And I was like, I need that. Because when I'm at work, I don't want to have to keep filling up my water bottle. And I also want one that I can just, this is so lazy, wow, I can't believe I'm saying this, that I can just like flip up the lid and drink from. I think because in work it can be hard to find a toilet, and it can be hard to like think, oh, I need to drink, especially working as a doctor, and it's really fucking hot in the hospital, so I sweat a lot, and I don't think I realise how much water I lose via sweat, especially walking to the hospital and back. And then when they turn the heating on, oh my god, it's going to be so boiling. But alas, I think any way you can reduce friction is going to be helpful for you, you know? So although it might sound really lazy, I think, well, you're reducing friction. It means you're probably going to drink more. If you're not really a water drinker, that can really help. And also, if you're not a water drinker, it can help to like encourage you, and also, you know, sometimes I put squash in it, and oh my god, I saw somebody squash in it the other day, and I was like, kill me now, I really want one. Apparently it was £5 at Home Bargains. So I don't know why I haven't gone yet, but I think I need to. Maybe, was I at Home Bargains the other day? I think I might have been. It's a rarity. I don't go to Home Bargains very often, but I was outside, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go in. Anyway, random Home Bargains plug there. I also mentioned alcohol or other drugs, right? So I used to have an issue where I would have one drink, literally one drink, and I would not be able to sleep. This seems to be going away with age or something. I don't know. Now I seem to be able to just have one drink and be able to sleep okay. Maybe my mind is getting used to it or something. I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. But things seem to be happening. Good things. So I can now drink one drink. Maybe this is why old people are functional alcoholics or middle-aged people, because they can get away with drinking one drink or 2 drinks, you know, like drinking regularly at night before work, whereas I could never do that. But now maybe I'm just on the road to becoming a functional alcoholic. It's only a matter of time. I'm in a high-risk employment group. That's kind of it, really. I don't really love drinking every night. So do alcoholics love drinking though, or is it just a way to relax? I think that's the main question. So this is kind of going away for me, but I think if you're one of those people that still, when you drink, you can't sleep very well, and it's like, yes, you can go to sleep, it makes you go to sleep, but then when you try and when you wake up the next day, you're not as rested. So it might be worth cutting down your alcohol intake. Napping. I talked a lot about napping in my last episode. I am a fan. However, it's gone wrong for me a few times. Usually either if it goes on for too long, if I go to sleep when it's light and I wake up when it's dark, that's always really confusing for the old brain. Or if I sleep too close to bedtime. Now, a way to prevent long naps is to drink before you go to sleep. Not alcohol or caffeine. Some people do that though. But for me, water. I drink half to 3/4 of a pint of water before I have a nap. In an hour, that fucker's going to want to come out. My bladder's going to be full and I'm not going to be able to stay asleep. So my bladder will wake me up. Now, if you're incontinent, probably not a great solution for you. Maybe set a timer. If you have a catheter, also not going to help you. But I think most people listening aren't going to be in those 2 categories, but who knows? that is my way of like napping for less time. You know, they say 20 minutes, but who the fuck can, like, I'm not a person who can go to sleep and get up, go to sleep even in 20 minutes. It takes me 20 minutes to get to sleep. And then you could argue, well, Dawn, were you tired enough to sleep if it took you 20 minutes? Well, that's a good question. But I have this problem called anxiety, and it doesn't let me go to sleep that quickly sometimes. So I don't know who I was saying thanks to there. Drugs, stop doing drugs. I mean, obviously medical drugs, bit of a tricky one. There are some medical drugs, steroids for example, if you have them too close to bedtime, you will not sleep, and that is because of hormonal reasons. Like, it's not the steroid itself, it like releases cortisol, which messes up your what's it called? Do you know what Tom calls it? Cardigan rhythm. And now I can't get cardigan out of my head. You know, the rhythm. Fuck, I can't remember. You know when somebody said that and now you're like, what is the actual word? Like the proper word, not cardigan rhythm. You know what I mean, that rhythm. Watching too much TV makes me tired. I don't know why. If I literally, sometimes I'll have a hangover day and it'll make me more tired if I just, maybe it's just lying there, maybe it's not moving. I think it's also just really stimulating. So I have been trying to like not watch as much TV recently and like just do things that are quite nice, like read or do a crossword. Stuff that isn't like fucking my brain up, you know? I love a good Netflix show, but I don't think it's any good for me. Sometimes the best things in life are not good for you. We all know that. Sugar. Oh, there's another one. Sugar. Right. Now this fucker, it sends me up into the heaven and then I come crashing straight back down because I do not belong there. It's like, it gives you such a high that you just like, and then you have a sugar crash. Now, obviously a way to prevent that is to just eat less sugar. Or eat, I don't want to like advocate for this, but like eat sugar more regularly. Like, not like it all in one go. Like, don't eat like a whole bar of chocolate in one go. But also it's not great for your teeth. It's really hard. You're balancing your pancreas and your physical health with your teeth, right? And who's more important? I think the moral of the story is just eat less sugar and then you're helping both, you know, your teeth and your pancreas. I think that's enough for... Okay, I've got one more. Exercising regularly. Now, I exercise when I want to. I don't have a schedule. I don't have a regime. I used to have a schedule and I stick to it religiously and I'd feel really guilty if I didn't do it. Now I'm moving away from that because it's like, exercise should be fun. I don't need I'm not in the military. Like, let me relax. If I want to go swimming, I'm going to go swimming. I went swimming last night. It was unintentional, actually. What happened was I went to Sainsbury's and because I needed to get a mandolin, I started cutting beetroot and then I realised that the beetroots needed to be cut really thinly, which you can't do with a knife, like 1 millimeter. Now, this is a random story. I knew that there would be a mandolin, which is like a slicer, like a really fine slicer, right? Slices your food. They're called mandolin. I knew they had one at Sainsbury's, which is right next to my gym. And I thought, do you know what? If I'm going all the way there, it's 15-20 minute drive, right? If I'm going all the way there, I may as well slide into the pool whilst I'm there. And also I had some filming to do. So I did that too in the pool. Pretty fun. So it was an all-in-one big whammy. And I got a lot done. I got like 4 things done. I went to Sainsbury's. I went for a swim, like some actual exercise. I had a little sauna trip for like 5 minutes, which not that long, but whatever. And I also weighed myself. Oh, I'm sorry. So that's how I know I didn't lose any weight this week. I literally stayed exactly the same weight. Can you believe that? Maybe because my hair was wet. That would have lost me an extra 100 grams, I reckon. But anyway, I didn't really care because I was like, I shouldn't admit to this, but I ate 2 takeaways this week. So they were free, right? They were there. They were in front of me. I was working the weekend, feeling sorry for myself. So I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. All right. Let's move on to mental. Oh, wait. No, okay. I didn't finish off the exercise. Exercising regularly, but not too much. You can't exercise 7 days a week unless your form of exercise is like walking around the block, and then that's probably possible. But I would say I used to exercise exercise a lot, and that's fine, but you have to enjoy it. Like, unless you're trying to become a competitive athlete, which at the time I was, right? So kind of, whatever. I think if you're doing it for like casual exercise, I think you have to enjoy it. The people that are like, oh, I need to go to the gym like 5 times a week. Do you enjoy that? No? Well, stop it. Stop doing it. Do something else. The gym isn't your thing, all right? That's my advice. I think, I like swimming at the moment. That's my thing. I like going to exercise classes. I like going for walks. I exercise, like, there's no point in me going to exercise doing something I don't like. Problem is I do quite like a lot of sports. Running. Don't love running. Unless it's after something. I quite like running after, like, towards something, like a ball. I'm like a dog. So I like playing ball sports, but I don't want to just run in a straight line. Well, obviously not in a straight line, but like from point A to point B and then back again. Like, I just don't love it. I wish I did, because it's free and it's easy, but you can make any sport not free, to be fair, and not easy. Then you start getting good running shoes, and then you start getting like all the running gear, and then you start getting like a running watch. Do you know what I mean? So you can, at the moment, you can make any fucking thing expensive. I think let's move on to mental depression. I talk about it a lot on this podcast, and that is because I'm a depressed person. Not now. I have depression. It's a battle every week. I wouldn't say every day. I don't struggle with it every day, but I would say my mental health is something that I think about every day. It's something that I struggle with every day, I suppose. Some days more than others. Some days I'm fucking rocking life, right? I'm like, yes, girl, you got this. Some days, not so much. Some days I feel shit. Some days I feel sad. Some days I cry. Some days I feel irritable. So it's like, but that's normal. As long as you're not like depressed all the time. Perfect. Great. It's normal to feel a little bit sad sometimes. It's just like feeling really fucking sad every day, like you want to kill yourself every day, is not a vibe and needs sorting out. So how do you sort that out? I mean, I feel like I might have done episodes in this, like, but more broadly. But let's just get like hammer into the full facts of the situation here. I'm on antidepressants. Some love them, some don't. I did a whole nother episode about, do antidepressants work, right? Because some people say they don't. Some people say they're all placebo, right? Go listen to that. So I'm on medications. I've put medications on here. They're not going to be for everyone, right? I don't know if I need to go into that in full depth, because as I said like 3 times, I have done another episode on it. But medications helped a lot for me. I would say I wouldn't be in a place that I am now if it weren't for meds. And I am slowly trying to come off them, but I'm very sensitive to them. And yeah, maybe that's just going to be me for the rest of my life. I'm just going to be on them, but fine. I'd rather be on medications that keep me sane and keep me going than not be on them and be in a pit of despair just for the sake of not being on them. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's judging. Probably are, but I don't care. So medications for me really helped. Therapy also helped. And I think I did have a like long-term therapist, but I stopped it because of money issues, and also because like I just don't think I was feeling it, and also mainly money to be quite honest. I think therapy can be really helpful if you're in a really dark place. To get out of that dark place, especially if it's making you like really tired and like not want to do anything, like really hopeless and really unmotivated, you need someone to help you get out of that, I would say. At the moment, I'm in a place where I can look after myself somewhat, I would say, in terms of my depression. So I'm doing pretty well from that aspect. I can motivate myself. I mean, I went literally to the gym yesterday. I physically went to the gym today, but I did not exercise. That's because I went to look at a new gym. And stress. Let's talk about stress, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Stress. I would say this is a whole reason why we're tired. We do so fucking much, right? We do so many things. For instance, I have recently stopped doing a lot of things. I have a website. I've stopped it for a bit. I always feel like a failure when I stop stuff. But then I realised that having too much, I'm then just failing at more things. I'd rather be smashing a few things. Anyway, that's my mantra at the moment. I'm trying to like focus on a few things rather than like having 10 things going on that I can't handle. So number 1, I have my podcast. Number 2, I have my YouTube channel. Number 3, I obviously have work. Number 4, I have my, chores that I need to do. House chores. Number 5, I have dogs. Number 6, I have a relationship that, you need to work on your relationships, right? They're not a job, but, you have to put time into them. Number 7, I have friendship. Also relationships. I have to go out and see people. It makes it sound like I'm being held at gunpoint. I have to go out and see people. No, I like going out and seeing people. I also have my acting stuff. 8. 9. I feel like I have emails and shit to reply to, which is kind of exhausting. And messages. That's a whole nother aspect of our lives. I've lost count now. I have to pay bills. I have to, I could split all the house chores into their own individual things, but I'm not going to, but there's fucking loads of it. I have to fix things when they're broken. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to go into all the stuff, but I have shut down a few things. Number 1, namely my website, which was for it was a doctor blog, but I moved away from doing doctor stuff, and I just don't know what I'm going to do with this website yet. I'm still on the rocks. Okay, then I had 2 e-commerce websites. I had my plant store, which is it's on holiday, and I'm loving it. Do you know what? It's kind of too much stuff going on for me to be focusing on that. It is. Everyone thinks e-commerce easy. No, it's a fucking job, right? You've got to update it all. You've got to reply to all your messages. You've got to make sure your inventory is right. You've got to add all of the, what are they called? Add all of the products and all of the tags and everything, and then add new products and find new products and, refund people. And it's not as easy as everybody makes out online. And I think that's the majority of a lot of things. Everything's hard in its own special way. That was a weird sentence. But being a parent, everyone's well, it's kind of, it's just a thing, right? But it's hard. Children are hard. Having another human to look after, hard. Pets, they're easier, but hard in their own ways. You have to take them for a walk. Sometimes they are stressful because they get sick, or then you have to take them to the vet, or they have some kind of behavioural issue that you need to try and sort out, and then you need to think about I need to get them food and keep filling up their water and food and stuff. And I know they're only small things, but it all adds up. And my fridge broke the other day. Had to get a new fridge the same day, otherwise all my food's dead, right? And it's going to be stinking. And there was a lot of food in the freezer. So, oh God. So yeah, there's a lot of shit that goes on in life. If you own your own house, you have to keep it. If it has a leak, you've got to sort that out. If it's not your own house, you've still got to sort it out. You've still got to message people and be hi, the roof's leaking. So I think we have so much going on in our lives. Everybody. There are some people who are smashing life. They know how to minimalize their lives. And I think this is becoming a new thing. Minimalism. There are some people that are taking it quite far. I have one shirt. Okay, fine, bit much. But I think I do have too much stuff going on, and I am slowly but surely getting rid of stuff. Today I had a very therapeutic throw out, and I think I'm just overstimulated a lot of the time. I have the TV on and I'm doing editing or whatever in the background, and then, do you know what I mean? It's just too much. Stop it. I think so, just reducing how much stuff we're doing. I've really been loving cooking at the moment. Cooking where I have classic FM on in the background, classical music. I don't really listen to classical music, but I was really feeling it yesterday. I had that on in the background and I was just cooking things. It was so relaxing. I didn't have blaring music in the background or a podcast, which I do find quite relaxing, but some it's still something to think about, So, or I didn't have Netflix on in the background. I just had classic FM, and I wasn't talking to somebody or doing something else or scrolling online or whatever. It was just me, the orchestra, and the beetroot, and that was it. And it was great. And recently I've really been loving, I guess you could call it mindful stuff, I was doing there, or when I've been going to the park. I've just been going in the nice, the evening when nobody's there. There's no dogs go, wow, There's no kids playing football. There's no one there, and it's being silent and beautiful. Or I've been going swimming, and it's just silent and beautiful. How much silence do we have in our lives? Not much. I don't sit and not do something for literally 100% of my life, except when I'm sleeping. I am always doing something. Always. I'm not just sitting and existing, right? Even if I'm like reading a book, or sometimes I'm just even like thinking. And even thinking can, like, all the time can be kind of exhausting, and you're just not there, right? I went for a walk yesterday, went for a walk, lovely, calm, beautiful, breathing in the fresh air, just enjoying the peacefulness. Today, I was kind of stressed because I really needed a poo, and I needed a poo the whole way around. I have quite motivated poos, and the issue was I couldn't relax because my poo was just like, I'm coming, are you ready? And I was like, please. So that was kind of like really fucking up my situation. So it's nice just to like have nothing. And I think this is what I was saying yesterday about, no, not yesterday, what am I talking about? A few episodes ago, where I get this funny, fuzzy, relaxy feeling when I go into an empty house. I think it's because there's nothing in it. There's nothing. But it's not like there's nothing in it in terms of like you're in a really depressing like student room with like 3 bits of furniture. It's like there's nothing, but it's like peaceful. The thing is, you don't want to live in a house with nothing because that's kind of soulless. But you don't want to live in a cluttered house, right? So I think just minimalizing, reducing how much we're doing will help our tiredness infinitely. I do think I've slowed down since I've stopped doing all of this stuff, but I feel much less stressed. I'm much less productive because obviously there's no stress like up my ass, like come on, do more. But maybe that's a nicer way to live. Maybe I won't be diseased by the time I'm 50, you know, from all this stress and have high blood pressure and stuff. Okay, I think that's where I'm gonna wrap it up now, right? The last thing I've got on the list is a sad lamp. I'm gonna try one this winter. In fact, I'm gonna put it on my Christmas list. I've been told or learned that they help because they like stimulate vitamin D production. I'm going to look into it a little bit more, but basically when we're in the depths of winter and we get zero sunlight because we go to work in the dark and then get out of work in the dark. When we're in the depths of winter, it's really sad, ironically, not to see the sunlight ever. And this is kind of like a fake sunlight, like it releases UV, I don't know, something, whatever. I will look into it a bit more. I might do an episode on it, so stick around for that. But I'm considering getting a sad lamp. So it's actually tax-free as well because it's technically like a medical device, which is pretty good. Anyway, I also have a Lumi light, which I may well bring out again in winter because I find it really hard to get up when it's dark. I'm like, it's not time to get up. My cardigan rhythm, even though I've forgotten what it's called. Circadian. Oh my god, I fucking remembered. Circadian rhythm. Not that anyone cared, but my circadian rhythm is like, no, absolutely not. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Thanks so much for listening. Every Monday and Thursdays I upload. That's an interesting sentence. I upload every Monday and Thursday. And I have a video. It's on my YouTube channel at Dawn Barlow. Yep, that's it, I think. Type Backseat Positivity into YouTube. You should find it. You could probably put Backseat Positivity podcast if you want to go watch the video. If not, that's fine. You just listen to me in your little earbuds or whatever you're listening to me on. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and it's nice and stress-free and full of energy after listening to this. Let me know, like I said, emails, contact@diariesofadoctor.com. I check it more regularly now than 3 monthly. So I do love to hear from you, or leave a comment down below. I do reply to all of them in somewhat of a moderately timely fashion. Anyway, guys, I love you so much. Thanks. Stop doing that really awful American accent. Thanks so much for listening, guys. No, that was so bad. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Okay, that was sort of Australian. I need to work on my accents, okay? We all know that. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I will see you in the next episode. That's me blowing a kiss and another one. Love you.